everyone, happy Easter. My name is Andre Launio and I am a youth delegate of the Salesian North Province. Currently, I'm studying, I'm 21 years old, and I am affiliated with the Bosconian-Thomasian Youth Movement. So for today, I would just like to share with you some of my reflections and realizations during these very trying times, this enhanced community quarantine. So for me personally, this enhanced community quarantine is somewhat an unexpected pause that happened in our lives. It is a pause that literally stopped us from doing what we're usually doing, from our everyday tasks to our daily routines. It literally disrupted us from doing what we're usually doing or what we're used to doing on a daily basis. But with it, I've come to realize that because of how fast-paced the world is, because of how demanding the world is, because of the busyness of life, I I realize that oftentimes that we forget that being human, it is okay to breathe, to just simply breathe and have a pause, and 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 I think this enhanced community quarantine, these unexpected pause that happen in our lives, enabled us to do so. And with it, I would just like to share with you three main points that I've really reflected on during this ECQ. So the first point that I would like to share with you, or the first point of reflection that I've had during this enhanced community quarantine, is sort of an introspection about the things or people that I took for granted on a daily basis. I'll start with people. Because of this enhanced community quarantine, I've come to realize that I really haven't fully expressed how grateful and thankful I am for my parents, for my family, for all of their hard work, for all of their sacrifices, for everything that they have done for me to become who I am today. And I think because of the restrictions that we have, and us being in the house 24/7, it became an opportunity for me to in my little ways to express to them how much I love them, how much I'm thankful for their mere existence in my life. I've also realized how I take for granted my friends, because of this notion that we will see them the man tomorrow, so there's no need to be fully expressive or OA of how thankful you are to them. Because of this enhanced community quarantine, we don't know when was the next time that we will see them. So it made me realize to really cherish the bondings that we have, the hangouts that we have. And it made me thankful for them, because I know that because a big part of who I am is because of them. And it's a loss, or it's a sad fact if I haven't expressed to them yet how thankful I am that they are in my life. So that's people. How about the little things? I realized that even the little things, even going to our favorite fast food restaurants, even going to the mall for us to have our leisure time, because of the enhanced community quarantine, we are prohibited to do so. So it has been 2 months, and we haven't yet experienced going to or eating at my favorite fast food restaurant or going to the mall. So I've come to realize that these little things, these people that are in our lives, are blessings from God. Blessings that first, we take for granted on a daily basis, and second, blessings that we often forget to say thank you to God for Him having given us these things or people. So because of this ECQ, I realized that I have to be more expressive of how grateful I am for them, for the little things, and especially to God. So the second point of reflection that I would like to share with you is my relationship with God. Because, like what I said earlier, because of the busyness of life, because of how fast-paced the world is, sometimes prayer becomes a routinary task. It's a robotic response to every prayer that we have. And I've often overlooked of how my personal relationship with God is. I realized that because of this ECQ, it made me realize more that God is just not our king. He is also a father that is willing to listen to us, to our stories of joy, to our stories of triumphs, but also even to our stories of sorrow, to our stories of despair. And it made me realize to really reflect on and have an assessment of how my personal relationship with God is, because He's just waiting for us, and we haven't took that blessing that He's just there waiting for us to have a conversation with Him. And my last point of reflection is, I call it seize the day, because again, because of how fast-paced the world is, because of how busy our lives are, I realize that there are things that we want to do but we can't because we have this excuse that we have no time. Some of us would like to read a book, some of us would like to acquire a new skill, but we can't because of the demanding pressure that the world asks us. So for me, I think this is an opportunity for us to really seize the day, to make the most out of this pause that we have, to learn what we want to learn, to reflect on what we have to reflect. And yes, it really enabled us to do so. So to sum it all up, as we continuously pray for our brothers and sisters who are affected by this pandemic, and as we continuously pray for the safety and well-being of our nation and the whole world, I think that during this enhanced community quarantine, it is important for us to maximize that unexpected pause that happened in our lives. It is the perfect opportunity for us to really reflect about our lives, about who we are right now, where we are right now, and where we're headed. And I think it is important for us to acknowledge that in this journey of ours, God is always with us. And to add on, I'd just like to share with you one of my favorite Easter messages that I've heard so far. And that is that regardless of how dark the times are, regardless of how uncertain the situation is, we are affirmed that there is someone that has triumphed over sin and death. And that gives us hope that everything will be okay. Eventually, everything will be okay. And by the time that everything is already okay, we will become better people. Better people who was always grateful for every blessing that we have received.